My name is Pramod Bhargav and I look after MP Online. All the years, even the early last year also I presented, but that was a different story that we were talking about at that time. Something novel that we have done and an initiative which perhaps no other state government has taken yet. I'm saying yet because there are a lot of queries coming in. There are people who are evincing interest in this kind of a model, and so much so that they are asking our team to go over there and sort of repeat this model or replicate this model. So I'm saying no other state has replicated this model yet, and we were the only ones, the state of MP, which took the initiative. We took this risk, and we went ahead with the online assessment. The story will unfold. The online assessment examination for the Patwari. Patwari is a very important post. I'll talk about who are Patwaris and what kind of role they play in the state government. Very important post. It was the first time in the history of any state that it was implemented, online assessment. And at that magnitude, we are talking about almost receiving an application of 1 lakh base. 87,000 people actually got verified and about 85,000 people actually sat for the exam. I think there is a sheet which I talk about how did we go about all of this. And MP Online then after having succeeded in the first model, which was the Patwari exam, we have conducted many more exams with the Agriculture Department, with the e-government department itself, that means the IT department itself. They also conducted exam for 420 posts. The Patwari exam was for about 1950 posts across the state of MP. And this is a very prestigious exam because it's a highly coveted job. Highly coveted job because of some reason, but definitely people are clamoring to get into this position, and so therefore they were very, very keen. I would talk. So Patwari is an administrative officer. Actually, it's a government position which looks after the revenue. It comes under the revenue department, and he also called a revenue inspection or inspector or something. So that's a very important role which they play across these districts, and the entire mutation, all the change in records, etc., of the land record, they are conducted by them. So unless they sign, the mutation doesn't take place, or the fragmentation of the land doesn't take place. So he is a very important person sitting at district level to be doing this kind of a role. He maintains the record of all the crops grown every year for all the harvests and for all the farmers. He keeps a complete record of all the mutations done over a land, and of course he prepares all the statistical analysis for the government, because he is the body who actually reports into the revenue department. The Patwari exam was critical because, as I said, it is an important post, and over years, I think the government of MP tried to conduct the exam 3 times, and most of the time, the actual appointment letter was not issued. The reason was that most of the time it got embroiled into some controversy or the other. There were hundreds of cases, hundreds of high court cases, which actually went into litigation, and the results were never announced. So although the posts are very important, they are actually short of Patwaris, but it never got filled. That was the biggest predicament with the state government. So the Patwari exam, and earlier of course, it was all paper pencil, so they used to, all these candidates will come to a central place and conduct the exam. The compelling reason why the state government felt that we must look at something like online assessment, because they actually wanted to get over the paper pencil exam. This was the first exam that the department felt that okay, let us do it, and it went through the entire rigmarole of getting the cabinet approval, getting the ministry to sign, and I must tell you the Honourable Chief Minister of MP did support us a lot, because he said we want to do it and we will do it. And after the success of this, once the note went to him, he said we must, all the departments, he sent in most of the meetings in cabinet, he has mentioned that all the departments should follow suit. So that is how we have been doing this. It was completely an opaque system. There is absolutely earlier the paper pencil model was completely opaque. No one would know what is happening, and here in this particular thing, it is completely transparent. At every state, the candidate knows where his application is, what has he done, what has the department done about the application, how the verification of the documents, etc. Everything is done. So he is completely aware of what are the issues which are actually against his application or in favor of that. There were paper leakages which were happening more frequently than not, and ultimately it was a big mess with which the Patwari exam was going on. The important thing was, since these people would be working on computers, so computer literacy for these people was a must. So therefore, in the rules for the candidates itself, the government had defined that, okay, they have to have some knowledge about computers. And some knowledge means they actually said, we want certification from agencies. That means they would have defined in the rule book that a person who has done a course from this particular institute, which was of some relevance, they only can apply. So, run of the mill, the corner road computer shop or computer training institute were not allowed at all. So there was a good amount of filtering which went into the entire application phase. And that is how it actually was a very seriously contended exam. These are few of the project details. Departments of course land records under the aegis of the revenue department. We conducted this in 8 locations. I'll talk about the locations. In 52 centers. That means in 8 locations, there were 52 centers that we identified. And typically, these are engineering colleges which already have a lab, which already have a computer lab. So what we do is typically hire the entire lab for the exam, and then ask the people to go and sit for the exam in that particular location. The number of VLANs which were created, 74, about 230 laptops were used in this entire exam. The locations of Bhopal, Indore. So you will observe that we have gone to smaller places like Sagar, Satna, Rewa, Ujjain, all these smaller places. So we didn't restrict to the large places like Jabalpur, Indore, and villages which typically most inhabited by the people who are taking exam this time. The candidates who applied were almost 1 lakh plus. 85,000 were verified. When I say verified, there was a very good system with the revenue department device. They asked the collector to set up verification centers. So the collectors would be, of course, not the collectors or their teams were sitting, and they would call all the people. There were dates given for the verification. The candidates will come with all the documents, his income certificate, his caste certificate, all of that, and then he'll get it verified. So there was no need for scanning the document or xeroxing the document and giving it abroad. There was no need. So we had given a G2G to all these people, to all the verification agencies, and they would look at the documents and verify there only. So that also was a very, very strict process that they followed. Because ultimately the mandate which they had created this for was that, okay, we will actually filter the absolutely unnecessary guys. And only the relevant people, only the deserving people will be able to sit for the exam. So that was something which was done. And ultimately about 95% of the people appeared for the exam. The window was 25th to 27th, that means 3 days. And each day we had 3 sessions. And each exam was for 90 minutes. Number of sections were 4. That means, the kind of exams in the general knowledge, aptitude test, etc. And the number of questions was 100, each comprising of 1 mark. The examination mode was Hindi and English. Just in case the person is not being able to, suppose he gets into the English mode and he is not being able to understand that question, he can quickly toggle into Hindi and the question will be converted into Hindi and shown there. So that was the kind of ease with which we had created the software. And of course, we did this in technical collaboration with TCS, which has a proprietary software for doing this. We talked about this. This is the location that we did the exam. This is of course a process. If we actually go into this, it will take a lot of time. But I think I'll explain this little in few slides. See, the objective was, of course, as the government wanted transparency, equal opportunity to all the and a platform to all. No one should be left back, and that was the objective with which this was created. CLR is Commercial Land Records. Under the revenue took this initiative, and they did this computer-based testing. Now, the drawing that I showed actually is covered here. What was the process which we adopted? One was the application. So there was we created an online application which was actually done by MP Online, and all the applicants applied through an online form which was appearing on our portal. Once that was done, all the applications were collated and centralized after filtering that, okay, what are the applications that are finally worth taking ahead. We had done this, and this was done through our kiosks, which are almost about, now they are about 10,700 across the state of MP. and so people just walked up, they paid the fees for the examination and filled the form. The beauty of the CSC or the kiosk system was, since this form was little typical in the sense that there were some areas which people don't understand, so the kiosk people had been trained in advance, and they helped the candidates to fill the forms and collect the fees. Then, of course, I explained the verification. So G2G was provided to all the government officials, and they, I think it was open for 3 days, and within 3 days, all the 95,000 people were actually verified. Now, the another beauty of the system was that the admit card. Now, normally the admit cards are posted for these kind of paper pencil exams, and the people will claim that, okay, I have not got it yet, or I have got a soiled copy, or etc. There was no need for it. Even if it is lost, he can always walk up to the kiosk or sit on his own computer and draw out another admit card for himself. Because all scanned, the photograph is scanned, the signature is scanned, everything is done. So he has that facility. So approximately 80,000. Now, not only that, they were also given the choice of selecting their centers. Not only the centers, even the timings for the exam. We had about 3 sessions, which was 9 to 10:30, 12 to 1:30, and again 3:30 to 5. So the persons were given the choice to pick up any of this because depending on the kind of travel that he has to do, he has to come from outside place to sit for the exam. So this was the facility that we gave. So almost about 18,000 people had filled in this in a week-long window that we had opened. We also knew that this is the first time that we are going to conduct this, people will have a problem. So we created a mock examination also, which was put on the portal, and people did multiple times. They went onto my site and actually saw how to address these questions, how to answer these questions, how to open. It was completely, once you have logged in, the keyboard gets locked. So you can only toggle with the help of a mouse, nothing else. That is the kind of security that we have built in. Question paper were actually given by the department, and we uploaded that. Of course, there was a whole lot of process which went through it. There was the question papers were in a sealed room under the surveillance of a camera. The questions paper from the revenue department, they were seeing it. We were also not involved. They saw it. They said, okay, fine, all of this done. Then they actually, under a security access, they gave the question paper to us. We didn't look at the questions. It was similarly passed on to the ION group, which is the TCS group, and then that got uploaded to the main server. So no one saw the question. There were about 10,000 questions which were uploaded, and no one knows, because once, suppose I am sitting next to you, I do not know, I may have a different question paper or a different question in the same subject than the person sitting next to me. And even if suppose my question and his question is same, the option of the exam, of the answers would be different. So that is the kind of permutation combinations. Actually, if you see, there were lakhs of options which were given to the candidates. So they would get the question, they would answer it, and the software quickly keep totaling the yes. And the results, of course, we had the ability to, and we still have the ability to declare the result right there, as it happens in GMAT and GRE scores. We can show this thing, but the department felt that no, we'll show it later because they made a rule that, okay, we'll also capture 50% of the marks that is secured in 12th standard. So they gave those marks and we collated, and then we made out the best list. The impersonation, of course, this is something which is very important. Not only the admit cards were checked and signed by the government authorities at the gate, as soon as the student or the candidate was sitting on the exam, the invigilator will come and the photograph of that particular, which he has scanned and uploaded, will appear on the screen. So even if he is giving the exam, the invigilator will come, and if he finds that the photograph on the screen is different from the person, then he will be debarred from taking the exam. So that is the kind of security that we will build into this. So all of these problems were eliminated by virtue of this online assessment. Question papers were secure, as I said, they were secured and uploaded. Impersonation issues were completely handled. Of course, this is technical. Advantages, of course, as I kept speaking about it, mock tests actually helped the candidates in getting themselves accustomed to the examination. They didn't have to go very far, fetch the form, fill it up, then again upload all the documents, and then go back to the department. Nothing was done. Everything was done in one visit to the kiosk, including the payment of the fees. Preference was given to the women. I forgot to tell this. Because the women, maybe the middle slot, that was from 12 to 1:30, was kept only for women. If there were vacancies, then the males will be accepted. Otherwise, all the centers will have the middle slot only for women or handicapped. Because early morning they'll have a difficulty coming from home, and evening also we didn't want them to go into dark. So we actually blocked the middle session for the women. So there was no need for Xeroxes, etc., etc. Verification centers were put in the government departments itself. The benefit which the department got was completely a paperless exam. Zero paperwork, there was just no movement of paper anywhere, except for the file which authorized us to do it, and the order that they gave to us. That's it. With no manual intervention. Very frankly speaking, the department is now writing, actually going to be claiming green credits for this kind of exam, because they felt that since there was no paper, so they saved so many trees. People didn't have to travel, so the fuel was saved, because so many people are not traveling to one location. All of that stuff. So actually they are going to be doing this now. This happened to be the largest exam ever conducted by any state in the entire country.